Good morning, Guyana. One Earth, one Guyana. Let me hear you louder. Come on. Where are your voices? His Excellency Dr. Mohammed Irfan Ali, President of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana, the Honorable Vikram Bharat, Minister of Natural Resources, the Honorable Minister of Home Affairs, Mr. Robertson Ben, Excellencies, Ambassadors, and other members of the Diplomatic Corps, UN Resident Coordinator Yashim Uruk, Chairman of the EPA Board, Omkar Lochan, heads of agencies, representatives of NGOs, our schools, the private sector, and other organizations, members of the media, the board of directors of the EPA, last but not least, the staff of the EPA. Good morning. And a big thank you for coming out and participating in this resuscitated popular green walk. Round of applause, please. Today, Guyana joins the rest of the world in celebrating World Environment Day, the most recognizable environmental observance aimed at raising awareness and encouraging action to protect the environment. As the alarm was sounded some 50 years ago, we are reminded today that there is only one Earth. Whilst it's perhaps generally difficult to comprehend how what we do at the local and national level affect our Earth, let me remind you all that we have only one Guyana as well. Guyana is no latecomer in safeguarding its environment and being recognized for it. We have managed to ensure our pristine forests, biodiversity, and waterways are protected and our natural resources sustainably managed. However, we must ensure that this remains so, and we must strive to improve continuously today and into the future. Some 26 years ago, ladies and gentlemen, in August of 1995, we are reminded of the infamous Omai Gold Mine cyanide spill that resulted in a large area of the Middle Essequibo River being declared an environmental disaster zone. As we enter into this unprecedented development period, spurred by the advent of oil and gas, we must commit and work towards ensuring that such an incident would remain in the annals of history, never to be repeated. 1 year later, post the Omai spill, the Environmental Protection Act was passed in the National Assembly and established the Environmental Protection Agency. It is no coincidence that this occurred on World Environment Day in 1996. The EPA has a broad and important mandate, that is to manage, conserve, protect, and improve the environment, as well as prevent and control pollution, and to ensure the sustainable use of natural resources. I want to emphasize that we at the EPA understand and agree that environment and development are not mutually exclusive. Rather, as the slogan for this year's observance reminds us, that we must live harmoniously with nature, and this includes development and utilization of our natural resources to meet our present needs and do so sustainably. Over the 26 years of our existence, we have been fulfilling this important mandate through collaboration with our sister agency, the Protected Areas Commission, the Guyana Forestry Commission, Guyana Geology and Mines Commission, the Guyana Energy Agency, and the Guyana Lands and Surveys Commission. And of course, our development partners, our NGOs, WWF, CI, GMCS, and of course you all, the private sector. Now, how did our forests remain intact and our rich biodiversity remain world-class? We must have been doing something right. Some would have you believe that the EPA is here too and must prevent certain development activities. I say to you this morning, a resounding no. That's not what we are about. We are here to regulate and ensure that development activities have the most appropriate environmental safeguards and are in keeping with the Environmental Protection Act and the associated regulations. We are not perfect. We are continuously making strides to improve the way we execute our important mandate. Let me remind you that despite the constant and unwarranted criticism from certain members of the public, we work for all Guyanese and to do the job we are mandated to do. Every single day, the staff of the EPA show up to work with dignity and integrity towards safeguarding our little paradise. In this part of our world, our only and one Guyana. From the office attendants, to the drivers, to the office of the executive director, we put in our best efforts as a team and adhere to the provisions of the EPA Act. Mind you, we do welcome constructive criticisms and will always internalize them as we seek to improve as best as we can. Ladies and gentlemen, it is only fitting that we pause and take this opportunity to recognize the hard work and dedication of the staff of the EPA. I want each and every staff of the EPA to stand up and be recognized, and let's give them a standing ovation. Stand up, guys. Thank you. Over the past year, we have been boosting our regulatory procedures and monitoring capacity. One of our latest achievements is the establishment of remote real-time monitoring across all of Guyana. We are innovating and utilizing technology. Right now, we have minute-by-minute real-time monitoring of offshore activities as well as onshore, including independent task satellite monitoring. We can see what's happening on offshore, also independently verify the data submitted by the regulated community. This could not have been possible without the support of central government. This year, for the very first time, EPA received its largest ever capital budget of $100 million to support this monitoring cause. Thank you, Mr. President and Government of Guyana. I also invite you all to see a demo of this monitoring capacity at one of our booths here today. In closing, despite our hard efforts, we are still experiencing some wicked environmental problems, mainly land-based sources of pollution. From air pollution associated with spray painting and furniture shops in our communities, to the most visible one, littering and irresponsible garbage disposal practices. Only a few days ago, right here in this national park, the garbage was unbelievable following a recent event. Plastic PET bottles, food boxes, broken glass bottles. The problem, you all would agree, is not these materials or the plastic bottles, but rather how we dispose and treat with them. In many countries, these materials and other valuable wastes are disposed responsibly, reused, recycled, and/or repurposed. In neighboring Trinidad and Barbados, the private sector, government, and communities have come together to collect and recycle and repurpose these materials. We can do the same whilst encouraging change in behavior towards more responsible disposal and treatment of waste and elimination of bad practices. Guyanese all, our private sector partners, our sister agencies, civil society and development agencies all, we have to unite and put our hands to the plow, as we say here in Guyana. Join us at the EPA in this cause. Ladies and gentlemen, I have a vision where I see a Guyana that is clean, safe, and healthy. Let's work together for our one Earth and one Guyana. It is only through a conscious effort at action, partnership, collaboration, and a balanced approach to development that we can solve these wicked problems and keep our one Guyana beautiful and healthy. And as in the words of the famous song, "A Million Dreams" by Artiste Pink, and I'm sure it's a big tune, and I'm sure that His Excellency knows this one as well. Every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake. I think of what the world could be, a vision of one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. A million dreams for the world we're gonna make. I ask that you join with us at the EPA in achieving this vision and reflect on this call through the following performance and lyrics of the song, A Million Dreams. I thank you.